And on today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Superman Batman Public Enemies action figures. Figured I'd do a review of these just to celebrate the release of the Public Enemies animated movie on DVD. I've had these figures for a while, and while they're not necessarily my favorite figures, I figured nonetheless I would do reviews of them just to kind of give you guys an idea. On today's spot, we're going to be looking at Metallo. Metallo, the metallic monster. If we look at the packaging, there's really not a lot in the way of packaging. You've got I think you guys can see it, the little silhouette of the characters up at the top there. Very similar with most DC Direct figures. The display stand also serves as the header for the actual packaging, which is, I'm always a big fan of that. And down below you've got Metallo, picture of Metallo there. On the back of the packaging, the other figures in this wave, just pan it up here, the other figures in the wave are Shazam, or Captain Marvel. We've got Captain Atom, we've got Batman, we've got Superman, and then we've got Metallo. There was also a exclusive Superman dressed as Captain Marvel figure, but he was actually exclusive. He wasn't released with this wave or this set. All figures include a display base and feature multiple points of articulation, each sold separately. Each sold separately, eh? So you mean to tell me necessarily that we're not going to get... I'm buying this Metallo figure and I'm only getting Metallo? That's preposterous! Well, the sign does say each sold separately, but... So there you go. There's packaging on Metallo. What I'll do is I'll get this guy opened up, and we will get a closer look at the metallic monster Metallo. So stay tuned. Now, while many other people don't necessarily like the style of the Public Enemies figures, I would say if you had to pick up one figure from this entire wave, it would definitely be this guy here. Metallo is one awesome looking figure. As you can see, I've got him on a display stand just because of the way he's sculpted. He doesn't really have the greatest of sculpts, and because of that you really rely on the base to do a lot of his standing. But a great looking figure nonetheless. Great looking figure. They've given him, for those unfamiliar with Metallo, Metallo can alter his limbs, can alter his appearance, his size. And one of the feature that they gave him with this particular figure is the scoop here, and this is when he's covering both Batman and Superman in the grave, and he takes his scoop and he basically covers them over with dirt. It's nice that they gave him that limb because it really gives a character that extra bit of detailing. I mean, there's really a lot going on with this figure, and if you can see, he's got a great sculpt on the face. He's only got the one eye, as you can see. His other eye is missing. I really like this opening, his open chasm here. Love it. A great figure. Now, in the way of his articulation, he has an articulated head, which you can pretty much only turn left to right. It doesn't look like you can actually do anything else with it. He has this articulated shoulder. You can also bend his elbow. You can't, just because of the way it's sculpted, you can't rotate his wrist, but it's nice that you can even, he's got some flesh still on his hand, but you can kind of get it like him reaching out kind of thing. Reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet care. Anyways, you can rotate his elbow or his shoulder. You can also bend the scoop here at the elbow, I guess where his elbow would have been, and you can also bend the scoop itself. You'll also notice too that he's got these really cool kind of pistons They don't actually work, but it's nice that they've got them there. Now he can rotate, no, he can't rotate at the waist, which I guess makes sense because of the sculpt. But you can bend his legs ever so slightly. You can also bend his knees. Same idea, you can bend his knee here, you can just rotate his legs slightly. And that's about it though. But he really shows well as a display piece. I mean, he's a nice looking figure. Granted, you know, his articulation isn't going to be spectacular, but a figure like this is, I think, better as a showpiece than it is as a playable figure. Now his accessories, he does come with the Superman Batman logo as his display stand, which, as I've already mentioned, he will definitely need. He also does come with his rib that you can install into the figure, and he also does come with this piece of radioactive broccoli. See, I told you, broccoli, man. Broccoli is evil. Broccoli will kill you. It's not actually a piece of broccoli, even though it looks like it. It's actually his kryptonite heart. And it's a very hard piece to get in, because I don't know if you guys can see it. There's just a little hole opening slot there, and you're supposed to peg this into place. And if you have, unfortunately, hands like mine, I don't think I have big hands, but it's not easy to get this pegged into place. I did it earlier and I took it out just because I wanted to show you guys the piece, but I dropped it. Alright. Now you get to watch the next 5 minutes of video of me trying to get this into place here. There we go. And there you have his kryptonite heart. Then you can actually take his rib cage and you can install it. You can install it. There you go. And there you, whoa, and I dropped his rib cage. Boy, I tell you, this is one spectacular review. I may or may not edit this out, I don't know. But you got his rib cage here. Ooh, ooh. You guys just talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. Pays to have small hands. If I had small childlike hands, I could probably get this done quite easily. There we go. And there you have Metallo with his rib cage in. It would have been nice if they actually had a light switch where you can hit it and then the heart would glow. But then I think the price point of this figure probably would go from $10 to about $15. But nonetheless, a nice looking figure. Definitely something that looks nice as a display piece. And like I said, if you have no desire to pick up this wave, the one figure you should at least pick up is Metallo. A great looking figure. And so there you have the DC Direct Superman Batman Public Enemies. And there we had Metallo with his very hard to insert pieces. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Later. And sure enough, as soon as I finished the video, it dawned on me that I forgot to mention his other accessory. His other accessory includes the face of Metallo, or his human face, and there's probably a reason why I forgot to mention it during the review. You can install it a little easier than you can install the rib cage and whatnot, but what you end up getting is this very silly looking face. And it doesn't sit well, it doesn't fit right. and it ends up making him look like he's got this giant Ken doll head. So probably makes sense as to why I forgot to include it as part of the review. Not something I would probably put on display. I probably would just keep the Metallo face on and just put this silly little face on the side. I also forgot to give this a rating. I would probably say, if you're a fan of Metallo, this is definitely a figure you'd want to pick up. I probably would give this figure a good 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, I don't know. But take it easy, guys. Later.